How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Hot Pursuit Remaster. We gotta keep going. The pace is not, I will say, ideal. It's well, worse than the first stream. I did 15 and 15 events on the previous one, and on the first one I did 20 and 20, so well, if the pace keeps getting worse, we're gonna be doing 10 and 10. That will be bad. And my prediction is that it's probably gonna still be 15 and 15, but who knows? So, well, we can go here, yeah. Preview. Oh, the Bugatti Veyron, but wait. Oh, I guess this game has two Bugattis, right? Like, well, two Bugattis. Not just two Bugattis, but two Bugatti Veyrons at that. Not sure which one to pick. Like the Browns, well, I guess I will pick this one. So this is a little bit loud for me. There we go. Yeah, the game has a lot of that, a lot of models that are essentially the same one, but they have like a different number in the name, so yeah, they are technically different. This Bugatti, I think it's one of them. So, yeah, you gotta... Wait, was that a shortcut on the beach? Actually, it is. And a very long one at that. It says wrong way, but you're full of shit. I probably should have started taking it from the beginning. I did most likely lose a little bit of time, but it's fine. And the most important thing in these time trials is essentially making good use of the nitro. That's the one thing that will separate a gold from a non-gold. Though very messed up also to put the shortcut right at the beginning. It's almost unreactable. I thought he was on the opposite lane, that guy. It wasn't a bad drift. At least you can see the lights from the oncoming traffic from quite afar. Though that still doesn't mean that it's easy to dodge. A lot of times, even though you know that you're about to impact an oncoming car, like judging by the speed you are going and the trajectory, sometimes there's not much you can do. Like, you are bone, and there's... You can only wait to die. It's fine. The best thing I can do is pay a lot of attention. Now, I don't know if this road is the right one. There's apparently a shortcut. No, I'm not sure if that even counts. Well, if it's not really a shortcut right there, because clearly... Ah, fuck. Alright. That was bad. But on the right side, I could have lost a lot more time. It's still bad because losing time like that on a straight is very bad. And there is 1 minute remaining. Okay, hold up, shortcut. Oh, but that's a non-destructible fence. No, that's fine. That tree, no, it's fine. Alright. 40 seconds remaining. Will this be enough? I mean, with 2 kilometers, yeah, it should be, assuming obviously I don't have an accident, this should be enough. Especially if it's gonna be a straight like this. Yeah, it is. It is enough. Nice. Clean. And a lot of time to spare. Okay, that's a good start. I'm still not sure what the speed wall is supposed to be. I seen it mention it a lot, but not quite sure I grasp the idea. Also, this is not a good signal. Oh, okay. It just took a little bit longer to load there. No problem. It's a little bit weird how there's only like sometimes only one event available at the time for each campaign. Okay, so we have the Force GT, the Bentley Continental. Okay. Oh yeah, this is like another category. Well, we can start with the Force GT. Oh, and that's a very patriotic skin with the American flag and everything. Well, if there's any car, I guess. Well, both Ford and Chevrolet, I guess, are the American brands by default. So this is a Hot Pursuit. Wait, how many were there? 5? I don't know. I guess. Yeah, they are 5. So I think that the Hot Pursuit is well, it's to be expected, but it's the best game mode in the game. I mean, obviously the game is called Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, so it makes sense, but I feel like if every event was Hot Pursuit, I feel like the game will be better. Let's just remove all the time trials and all the regular races and just make everything Hot Pursuit, and it will make will make for a better game. But I don't mind. I mean, the way it is right now, it's okay. Ah, fuck. Okay. Shame that it's not really. I only got 1. I don't think you can get more than 1 with a spike strip. Or at least I haven't really managed to make it happen. Not to mention that every time that I'm about to get hit by a spike strip but someone else takes my place, I think the spike strip simply disappears, so yeah. I got that guy, and then this guy. Well, let's deploy the helicopter, I guess. It's the only thing here that could make a difference with anyone that is... Wait, hold up. Just spike this asshole, yeah. Trying to hit him like that, waiting, just spike. Solve the problem faster. And then we have those 2 guys. And nice try. Are you gonna hit that though? Okay, one of them did. Unfortunately, I was too focused on the other guy to basically come back on him. Well, doesn't matter. He's dead anyways. There's only 1 remaining. Is the helicopter still there, by the way? I don't think so. Well, oh no, yeah, it is there. It's right there. Oh fuck, well, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. Well, I could call the helicopter again. There's only 1 EMP remaining, so I gotta be a little bit more careful, I guess. Even though this seems like it will be my attempt to win, I could also easily just run out of health. Let's see how you deal with this though. Oh. Unfortunately right now, if he's ahead, I don't really have anything to shoot him. I also gotta be very careful that he doesn't shoot spike strips himself. No problem. We're gonna hit him with Fritz. with fruit, sorry. Will be nice, but no. There's only spikes here. Well, and an EMP. How is it going, Wasabi? Yeah, the spike has varying success of... sorry, degree of success. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, what did you upgrade this time? The helicopter? So, do we have a sniper now? I don't know, I feel like I would prefer a sniper. I feel like that will be more effective. And look, I'm not even saying that you should murder the suspect, like just shoot at the tires, you know? No need to do anything murderous. Just teach the car a lesson at least. Alright, so... Oh, this one is called Blacklisted, huh? Another reference to Most Wanted. Yeah, I say another because there is already one. The highest rank in the game for a racer is called Most Wanted. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, Most Wanted is essentially the Need for Speed game. It's what defines Need for Speed in itself. It really is. So, pretty interesting that you unlock a lot of cars, but for the most part, the only thing that you get are events where you are forced to use one type of car anyways, you know? Yeah, a little bit weird, but it's fine. Though most of the unlocks in the career mode are meant to not really be using the career mode in itself, rather on the multiplayer mode. You can play online with other people. I don't know playing what. I mean, I'm assuming that it's the event types that are also available in career that you should do, but with other participants. But I guess I could try that after I beat the game, considering that I will assume the online should work, right? I mean, differently from the games that I play on console here, I don't need to pay to play online, so it probably does work. Interesting maneuver. I'm not sure what you tried to do there, Mr. Cobb. You see, for example, this race is pretty long, but it makes sense because in the whole mission you have to deal with the police. That's the reason why I say that the game will ironically benefit from all of the events being of the hot pursuit type. That's a problem. No, then that's a problem. You are dead though. That's what you get. Like, who are you trying to weigh there? Was obviously gonna beat your ass. Yours as well. And whoever else wants to wait for me, yeah, don't worry. Wait for me and I'll show you that the wait was worth it, indeed.
Negative, target is in the tunnel.
Not anymore. Ah, come on, dude. What is that? Band made out of titanium? I was able to destroy the cops, but not that stupid ass band. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm beating your ass. I didn't even need the EMP for that. Alright. Wait, I think we got rid of... fuck. I think we got rid of all the cops. For now, I mean... I'm probably gonna be more spawning ahead, but... all of the assholes that were chasing are done. So I guess right now I should focus on... being the one in first place. Because... even if it might be easy to forget, this is supposed to be a race. Okay, what do you think about this? Yeah, sorry bro. Normally I use that exclusively for cops, but you gotta understand that... yeah, that fuck you, that's what you gotta understand. That was bad. Didn't really gain time. At least I still do have the turbo in a worst case scenario. Well, worst case scenario and maybe not so worst. Yeah. Deploy this shit. And now the nitro. That was crazy. Use the turbo, and once it's done, the nitro. Full speed till the finish line. Nice. Well, to be fair, I should have used the turbo earlier, since there's one that I didn't even use, but it's fine. I think it's okay. So, on to a police event. Okay, another time trial. I guess we could make use of the Viper, or maybe even this Corvette. Yeah. Wait, wasn't there another one already codenamed the Blue Devil? Or maybe he was called the Blue something else? I'm pretty sure I already read from the Lamborghini or something that he was called the Blue something. How many Blue Devils are there? Also, why couldn't the devil be blue, you know? What color is the devil? But most people will say red. Oh, that's right, you cannot crash here, because you get penalties. Alright. So I'm not really... Alright, somehow that did not count as a collision. I don't know how it didn't. Well, that one did count as a collision, though I went to the... well, whatever. That shortcut was not worth it. But I'm crashing against everything. Wow, 9 seconds already. Alex? Well, I heard about the lore of Alex, but I honestly don't think that... like, I think some people freak out, but I think that that's simply, you know, more of an... like American sensibility thing, because I don't think that it's something that bad, right? Unless you're thinking of something else, but I'm assuming that you're probably talking about his lore of him marrying what's supposed to be like his second cousin or something like that. I don't see what the issue is. I mean, it's not like neither of them look sad. For the images that I saw, they are both smiling. They are pretty happy. I don't see any issue with that. You know? I haven't really seen the whole thing. I mean, what I saw is that apparently he married and got kids with his second cousin, which is, I mean, good for him. Like, I don't think it's bad. I mean, look, even if you told me it was oh, how is it going, Drain? In the morning, usually you don't you don't seem to be awake at this time. Did you change your schedule again? Ah, fuck. Damn it. This is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. I have 20 seconds, but I have a lot of other issues now, but the finish line is there. Okay. Could have been worse, but considering that it's such a long time trial. You work now? Didn't you work before already? Didn't you tell me that you know, had some community service going on? Or you mean another type of work? Because I thought you already had work. Oh shit, this one looks super good. Ultimate Opal Black. I wouldn't call that black, but sure. New work? Okay. And what is the new work? If you are comfortable with saying it, of course. You know? What is the... what's keeping you busy? New work? Wait. I already read that. No, the new messages you were saying. Me? I don't know, what was I saying? Electronics visa. Wait. Draino, see, here's the problem. I cannot tell if you're joking or not. Because sometimes you show and it's like, yeah, you know, it was a joke, obviously. But are you actually disassembling electronics? Like, don't you need a degree for that? I mean, well, it depends on what you mean by disassembling. Like... if by that you mean like destroying them and picking them apart, well, maybe, yeah, you don't need a degree for that. But if we're talking about actually disassembling, like, one by one each piece, wouldn't you need, like, to know how to do that? Well, maybe you do, but if you do, you didn't tell me that before. About Alex? Well, no, basically what I was saying, that I don't see many issues with that, you know. Oh yeah, what I was out to say, yeah, okay, before I was, I greeted Draino, that even if they say that he married his, like, you know, half sister or whatever, I still wouldn't give a shit, in the sense that I wouldn't see it as something bad. I mean, I could, like, basically recognize that. I guess it's very ballsy of a big company like Capcom to do that, but I think that second cousins is like whatever, you know. Like, I don't think that's supposed to be a like a brave thing to say. I'm pretty sure that all over the world second cousins are, you know, are fair game. Now you could say that once you start getting into just first cousin territory, it's a different story. But even then, it's like a lot of countries in the world also do that. So I think it's just a matter of, as I say, cultural sensibilities. I don't see it as a bad thing myself. But yeah, you know, I guess everyone's culture is different. Already broken electronics that need to be taken apart and sorted. Already broken electronics that need to be taken apart and sorted. Well, but do you do the sorting? Yes, like wouldn't that require knowledge? Oh shit, the Lamborghini Diablo. Nice. I like this one. Didn't even know it was in the game, but I guess we're just gonna put every Lamborghini in history here. I'm not complaining, that's for sure. But yeah, well, look, if you don't need any specialized knowledge for that, then I'm glad that, you know, that you're able to do it without issues. And what's the schedule? Like, do you work? Like, at what hour do you work? Because for you to be awake now, it means that you do it late at night or in the afternoon. Unless you tell me that you're gonna go in a couple hours, like in the very early morning, and you're already awake in the even earlier morning. Not sure. It's only sorting stuff like PCB, aluminium, rust-free steel, and shit. Okay. I got no work tomorrow. Well, even if that's the case, you probably shouldn't fuck up your schedule like that, you know? Unless you do have a schedule that is consistent, but not sure if it's a good idea. But hey, you, as long as you can organize yourself properly, I see no issue. Boom, eat shit. Thank you. Out of the truck. I will probably sleep soon anyways. Well, yeah, if that's the case, then I guess it's fine. But yeah, I don't think that screwing over the schedule, even with a day off, is a good thing. But hey, I'm happy at least that you're doing something like that. But is it like a formal job, or is it like the previous one that is more of a community service? Like, are you working contractual, or is it just, you know, the like a more open-ended shop? No, well, even if I ask that question, I don't know how the laws in Netherlands work when it comes to shop. Like, for example, here usually it's either that you are on a formal contract or you are in an informal relationship with your employer, right? Well, or it could be that you simply do shops independently and you have to basically manage the finances yourself. Wait. Oh, you cannot pick the... Oh, okay, sure. I'll pick the Porsche. It's not a formal show or whatever, I suppose, yet. That might change in the future. Oh, so it's like you're doing like a test phase, right? That you're being tried. Well, tried. I don't think that's the word. But you're simply doing a test period, and at the end of that, they decide if they hire you or not. Because yeah, that's something that can also happen here. Like they hire you for 6 months, and if they think that your performance is good enough, then you know, they hire you more formally. Well, technically in my case, from a legal standpoint, it was something similar. It's just that in practice, it just looked more like a formal show since the beginning. But basically, from a formal standpoint, like my contract was like I signed for some months, and then afterwards, if they didn't decide me to fire me earlier, they were like, well, you are a permanent worker now. I think it was like that, though. As I said, in the practice, it didn't really matter. Also, right there, it happened exactly what I say that happens with the spike strips. I had the spike strip right in front of me, but a police took it first, so that made it disappear instantly. So yeah, spike strips only have one use, and it doesn't matter how like far the one that takes it is, it disappears immediately. So that's good to know. Yeah, good luck with the show indeed, from me as well. Hey, how is it going, Sunshine? I'm doing well. I'm just here with my Porsche. Well, escaping the police. Escaping the police and also being the police sometimes, it depends. No. Ah, good show. Dodging that. Are you gonna dodge this? Well, no, but it didn't do shit. Okay, that one did. Nice. Strike. Was pretty cool. Good luck with the game. Thanks. You know, thankfully this game, I don't think luck is needed too much. Well, it actually is, I guess, because luck determines how the AI behaves in terms of how they use their weapons. So if one of them decides to use a spike strip right in front of you, you're boned. Oh shit. But if I do the same... Oh, fuck, he dodged. Oh, I took out... No, that's a normal racer. Boom. Also, how is it going? Just chill, guy. Yeah, it's my first playthrough. Indeed. It is indeed. Well, it's pretty much my first playthrough in every Need for Speed game I'm playing. There will be some exceptions with some of the games that are about to come, which are essentially the Most Wanted remake and Need for Speed Rivals. Those two games I did play, but everything else, it's kinda like the first time, yeah. And this one is no exception. It is indeed the first time.
Lost him. Suspect is in the tunnel. Heading grass.
You say lost it before I even enter the tunnel. It's like these guys don't really want to work. They're a little bit lazy. Pardon? Oh, I have 3 turbos, I just realized. That should more or less guarantee that I'm not gonna fall behind. But that helicopter could change things. Though he keeps getting cucked by tunnels, so I don't think he's gonna change shit. So it's just turbo to the fin. Oh! That's what I get for talking, and that's so bad. I can't believe that. That's what I get for talking. It's what I get for talking. There's no other way to see it. That's so fucked up, dude. I thought that he was gonna be busy with the tunnel and he wasn't gonna do anything. I didn't even pay attention. That sucks. Damn it, stupid ass helicopter. I wish you could take them down. I could have used the shammer there, it would have, but as I said, I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't even looking what was ahead. You know, like the shammer is not enough. I wish there was a power-up that was a rocket launcher. Straight aim at the fucking helicopter. Would be fantastic. But you know, that will be too violent, you know. It will be so sweet. Yeah, he ruined the race, but it's fine, whatever. I'll get it in this attempt. It matters not. It is a shame every time that you lose a race, because they tend to be very long. So here it's like you have 5 minutes that you have to employ. Do you like the helis in Ridge Racer? Well, in Ridge Racer they are only decorations, though. I guess they only have... In only one of the games they have a functionality, which is in Ridge Racer 64, that if you take down the... Well, take down. If you collide with the helicopter in the first track, you unlock a car. I think that's the only Ridge Racer game where the helicopter is relevant aside from being decoration, so... yeah, I don't mind them, they look cool. In this game, though, they are far from being only decoration, though. Sometimes they feel like they are decoration. Indeed. Sometimes it might feel like they are. Especially when you are the one calling them. It's like they are extra useless there. This guy didn't appear last time, or at least the game didn't present him, but I mean, it doesn't matter what model of car you are driving, you know? It's gonna be the same thing no matter what. This guy's trying, okay. That's how you're gonna play? I don't mind. Let's play like that. There. So yeah, where is your camera now? Where is your fancy Porsche camera that you were presenting so proudly? Where is it now? I wonder.
In pursuit of a Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
Well, certainly not chasing anyone, that's for sure. Ah, that counted as a crash. You're full of shit. Alright. The problem here is that the first place is a little bit far. Not a fan of that, but there is still some race remaining. Okay, another one down. There are 2 cops remaining. Well, actually only one, if we're talking about the patrol, because the other one is the helicopter. Yeah, I think that might be the last. Oh, well, there is another one right there. Oh, what a sack of shit. I can't believe you did that. Was out to enter the shortcut and he threw me out. Alright. As long as I have 1 turbo for the end, it should be fine. Well, I didn't mean to take you down, but you kinda got in my way. So, that one is kinda on you. Alright, so this helicopter is doing the same thing as before. Like, he's most likely doing the exact same thing. And he's gonna place a spike strip right after the tunnel. I already fell for this once, I'm not falling for this shit again. Fucking asshole, yeah, he does. Sorry. Falling for it once was too much. It shouldn't have even happened. But yeah. Okay, at least we got it this time. Yeah, that's so evil, I guess. You see him going away and it's like, okay, we're not gonna be seeing him, but no, you will see him. Okay, so we got a turbo enhancement.
Whatever supercar you drive, there's always a time you need an extra gear. Using our latest turbo drive technology to deliver an on-demand injection of awesome power to get you out of any delicate speed enforcement situations.
Yeah. I just find it funny the way they justify the power-ups, like trying to make them look like they make sense, you know?
Using an explosively pumped flux compression generator to fire a military-grade electromagnetic blast 2 times faster than currently deployed technology.
Yeah, sure. Surely it's an actual electromagnetic pulse. Surely they work that way. I got the McLaren F1 at least. It's something. Yeah, let's do this interceptor. So, well, since I used the Corvette last time, I could use the Viper now. In 3 minutes, and we have a lot of weapons. Though you already saw that here, every interceptor event that you do, the health of the participants, well, the suspects gets higher. So yeah, even if it looks like 3 minutes is a lot, it might not actually be a lot. So it seems that the handling on this Viper is a little bit far from ideal. Wow, that did absolutely 0 damage. In fact, I am doing 0 damage in general. It's what I say, their health will keep getting higher and higher. Let's see at least if the roadblock does something then, but I cannot steer with this. Like, this Viper cannot steer for shit. Hold up, I'm gonna change. Wait, can you even... Because I don't want to quit to auto-log, I guess it's the only option they give you. Oh, this is the auto-log, okay. Well, the auto-log was the previous menu. The Viper here, for some reason, seems like it steers like absolute shit. So I guess we can try this one, for example. It's like I'm trying to steer and the guy is like, is taking the steering as a suggestion, right? It's only a suggestion, I don't really need to actually steer. No, I need a car that actually steers, you know? That's a shame though that I cannot use the Viper because of that. One of my favorite cars. I'm not sure if this one is much different. We will see, but yeah. Seems that a lot of the cars in this category just struggle a lot with the steering. I mean, it also doesn't help that this is a very peculiar shortcut. I feel like they are not really trying their best when it comes to the steering. It is the turnaround thingy. So being able to turn around here is also a problem. It's already a very tight space as it is. So to use it as a turnaround is even worse. Shame that it's only 2 EMPs, but can at least use the roadblock. Last time he got hit by the roadblock. Even if you use the shammer, that's... Oh, the shammer is not gonna help you by going through this alternate path wheel. God damn it. You cucked yourself right there. Like an absolute moron. You were trying to do a U-turn. No. But rather you're gonna do a U-turn straight to prison. Well, thanks for the help. That's exactly what I needed. Like perfectly horizontal at slow speed so he can get perfectly T-bone. Just like that. We unlock the Carrera. Okay. Sure. And then we have a dual. Oh, and here I can actually pick the other car in the duel for the first time. I will prefer the Lambo, honestly. Like, how could I not, right? But yeah. This should be fine. So it says that they don't have any weapon, but... I mean, weapons as a racer are simply a luxury. There's not really any need to make use of them. Oh, sorry, I got kinda used with the previous event to hit my opponents. You are not connected to the Autolog servers. You know that I heard that the game named Need for Speed, released in 2015, requires a constant internet connection. So if I was playing that game and it disconnected from the Autolog servers, it will essentially kick me out, right? Instead of just allowing me to keep going. That's pretty fucked up. I really hope it doesn't happen when I eventually play that game, but it could. I don't know. Well, the thing is that I don't know what are the repercussions on this game. So like now I'm disconnected from the Autolog server, so is my progress not gonna get saved or something? I don't know. I think it at least tries to connect every time an event is done, right? I do hope that it's not something that gets in the way of the gameplay though. If it disconnected there and it already didn't do anything, I think it should be fine. I hope at least that the 2015 game is the only one that does that. And that's the weird thing. If it was the only one that does that, why didn't they remove that? Because I would assume that the other ones don't do that. Well, in fact, this one is not doing that, so... I'm not so sure what's the idea. So I thought the police was gonna attack here, but no. It was an honest one-on-one duel against an Audi and a Lamborghini. I mean, sure. Wait, what will happen now that we are apparently disconnected from Autolog? We're gonna get a warning from Electronic Arts for not being connected. Oh, what range am I now? Offender 3, damn. I'm offending a lot of people. Nah, it's fine. They decide... Wait, okay, so here it says connect to Autolog. Though, if you're playing the career offline, what benefit will it have to connect to the Autolog servers? Probably nothing, so I'm basically just wasting my time for doing that, right? Because now it's gonna... Oh. If you cannot connect, that's too bad, I guess. I don't know, like, it will be fucked up, however, if everything that I'm doing now for not being connected to the servers, it doesn't get saved. But I wanna believe that's not the case. But at the same time here, I don't really have any reason to. So you have 10 EMPs here, and only one roadblock and nothing else. Well, I mean, sure. At least the EMP lets you hit someone ahead of you. Would have been worse if it was 10 spike strips. That would have been a problem. Contact.
EMP activated, acquiring target lock.
Unfortunately, that double hit, I'm pretty sure that does not do anything, because it happened in the middle of the cutscene, so it's as if it didn't happen. So I like that it says all units,
EMPs are authorized for use.
but I'm the only unit, dude. Like, talk to me. Like, what other units are you seeing here? But I guess if I call a roadblock, you will see other units, but it's not like the warning is gonna be useful for them anyway. They are just standing there blocking the road. Nothing more.
I've made contact. My vehicle has taken damage. All units, local EMPs are now
Come on, it didn't take that much damage. They're just being a crybaby right now. Pretty sure the guy you hit took more damage.
Pursuit is headed onto Mystic Lake Road.
This guy... Oh, not yet. I thought I was gonna take him down, but no. Well, whoever gets hit by this... Yeah. And I just find those voice lines every time someone gets busted to be so funny. Like, the subject has been given a final warning, like... Come on, dude. A warning? It's just... You know... It's that it's supposed to be professional, right? Like, everything that they talk over the radio is supposed to be professional. Police speak, like you can't just say, yeah, I basically, you know, sent him flying. He will be in a coma for a couple of years. No, it doesn't seem very professional. But it is ultimately what's going on here, pretty much. So we need a little bit of the suspension of disbelief, right? We need to use imagination a little bit here. That these guys are 100% fine after they get sent flying with car and everything. Yeah, they are fine, bro, don't worry. Just a couple bruises. Gonna heal with a couple band-aids. Okay. So the only one remaining is the other guy. Oh. Wait, what? Did he collide with the other car or what? Or maybe... No, I think what happened is that they were probably both down at the same time. So yeah. Well, sure. In that regard, when it comes to those cutscenes, since they are very, you know, very burnout cutscenes, they still struggle when handling multiple things at the same time. This is the final level of EMP.
The future of speed enforcement. Delivering 100 times more electrical impact than a lightning strike, this generator provides the ultimate electromagnetic stopping force. Developed in parallel with the military, new lock-on algorithms deliver 75% faster target acquisition.
Yeah, the amount of bullshit in those presentations is just pretty funny. Oh wow, that looks so fancy. The Koenigsegg Agera. Well, the previous model was also an Agera, it's just that, you know, they call it different names, but yeah, if you go to the... Oh nice, I'm gonna be able to pick a Lambo. I'll pick the Countach, especially with this variant. It looks so cool with this variant. Not sure about the other ones, but this variant looks so cool. Yeah, basically, if you go to the list of models that Koenigsegg has, it has like 10 different Agera models. They have different names. Some of them don't even have the Agera name in them, but they are essentially that model. So yeah. Don't believe the game's lies. Well, for what I've seen, at least, the basically the Koenigsegg era and all its variants are the only thing that I've seen in video games yet. Like, I haven't seen another one of the, like, a different model. But hey, maybe we're gonna see it at some point. Maybe no, I don't know. Pretty good seeing all the Lambos compete against each other. I wonder if there is any video game that is purely dedicated to Lamborghinis, the same way that you have a lot of Porsche dedicated games or Ferrari dedicated games. I wonder if there's one for Lamborghini. I will have to investigate. The problem is that with those games, it tends to be that they try to be simulators instead of... well, it depends on the game, actually. Some of them are not simulators at all. A good example being... well, Porsche Unleashed. Porsche Unleashed, that is a Need for Speed game, has absolutely nothing to do with simulators, thankfully. I do remember one of the Ferrari ones being essentially a simulator, but it all depends on that. It's always nice to hit the police cars with something, no matter what it is. It just feels so nice. Also, I hit that roadblock and it counted it as a traffic collision, but that's not what a traffic collision is. Well, I guess technically you can say that, yeah, the police is part of the traffic, but not sure if in this context it counts. Yeah, I'm crashing against a lot of shit here. And I keep doing it. At least I got a cop out with me here. No, you ain't gonna do that. However, you will get hit by that. Yeah, and he's gone. And there's only one more officer left, right? No, there's two, I think. It's hard to tell in the minimap since you have them blinking like that. Why does the rear view look different than the forward view? I don't think it will be for visibility purposes, since the forward view looks just fine. Oh, you mean the rear view mirror, like the mirror on top? It's for performance reasons. Like, essentially, if you were to make the rear view mirror something that looks like with all the graphics as normal, you will have to render everything twice. I mean, it's not really that you have to render everything twice, It's rather that you will have to render stuff that is not currently rendered. Well, I guess yes. At the end of the day, it's kinda like you try to render everything twice, even if it's not like the proper thing that's happening. But yeah, it's the reason why they make it with those weird colors. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, that was something. Something that can be a problem, actually. No, I didn't want to hit the cop for once. Wanted to hit the racer. Well, it's fine, I win regardless. But yeah, if you don't make them like that, if you use the full graphics, you have to render everything twice. It's basically the reason why a lot of modern games, every time that they see a mirror, they don't have a reflection, or they have a super low resolution reflection, because you have to render everything that is there again to show that. So yeah, well, in fact, I think that it's become kind of like a running joke, even that, well, I don't think it's a show, but it's more like a thing that happens, that a lot of games, every time that there is a bathroom with a mirror, the mirror is broken. It's broken precisely so they don't have to put the reflection there. And here it's basically that, like the reflection will be having to process everything twice. So yeah, they make it a simplified thing that kind of looks like the detective vision, so it consumes less resources. I personally think that it's a good solution, because the other solution will be like having very ugly looking mirror, which is something that a lot of games also do. Well, pretty sure that Need for Speed by itself does in some of the previous games, or either that or Burnout, that they do that where the reflection is like super ugly, because they essentially use all of the nice, they use like a lower resolution version. And not just that, they also remove details like trees and shit. So here, using what kind of looks like Batman Detective's vision to mask the fact that it's essentially a simplified version of the graphics, I think it's the right call. Obviously, yeah, it would be better if it was, you know, the mirror looking the same as what you are seeing here, like with no downgrading the graphics, just basically look just as good. But yeah, that will be a little bit too resource intensive for very little reward, right? You could also argue that, well, if the developers optimize their games better, maybe it wouldn't be such a struggle to do that. I guess it's a complex thing. In games like this, I don't mind, since here it's obviously gameplay over graphics. I think the problem is when you play games where essentially they have so little gameplay, because they are mostly there to show off the graphics and whatever shitty story they have, and yet those also chip out on this. That's basically the worst display. I mean, the typical example is a game like, you know, the typical movie game, shit like The Last of Us or stuff like that, that the main draw of those games, since the gameplay is so shallow, is to look good and to have a compelling story, and yet a lot of times they take shortcuts like that. He didn't get hit like that. I'm not saying that The Last of Us does that. In fact, I don't know if it does that or not. Come on, Rick. I mean, I know that I was out to go down there, but come on, dude. He was out to go down too. I mean, the main problem of this game on that sort of interaction is if you try to stop someone from behind, it usually will deal no damage and you will receive the damage instead. I mean, it's understandable as a gameplay mechanic, but it also makes it next to impossible to stop someone coming from behind. You could use the spikes, and in fact I tried using the spike, but the spike failed. And even then the spike is something limited, so shouldn't be the only way you have to do that. Let me retry that. Was a terrible start. They're very fucked up to only give me 2 spike strips, honestly. Very, very messed up. At least this asshole for now is not trying to turn around like a lot of the other suspects do. This one is not doing that. It could start doing it at any time. Speaking of spike strips, he definitely has a lot of those. Damn, that was such a strong hit and you're telling me I only did that amount of damage? You're full of shit. That was a super strong hit. And you can see there that when I tried to stop him from the front, I received a lot of damage to my health bar. But I guess next time that I get to the front, I should simply deploy a spike strip and that's it. Like, don't even try to stop him by brake checking, it's not gonna work. Okay, there's spike strip, there you go. And he should be close to down right now. I could deploy another spike strip. What I'm kinda waiting for. But he has to be closer. Like, he's also slowing down. I fucked that up. I deployed it on a very shitty place. Come on, dude. It's like he's afraid to overtake. I don't know, that amount of health is actually a lot of health. And keep in mind that he can still deploy spike strips like it's nothing, so... No, damn it. Okay. Well, for some reason that one dealt a lot of damage. I guess it's not very obvious how the damage works here, because that one took the whole bar out, but there were some impacts that I feel like they were stronger and they barely even did like half a bar of damage, so it's a little bit weird. Alright, what's my new range? Well, I think it said Officer 3, right? Didn't it? Wait, where does it say it? Oh, Trooper 3, well, whatever, close enough. There you go, yeah, the Aston Martin. Alright. Should I try connecting to auto-login one of these? I feel like it's just gonna be a waste of time, but I mean, I could give it a try. Oh, I can use a lot of this. Well, might as well use the GTR. They don't tell you what the top speed is. They like being secret about it.
Only available from 7.
Man, I'll use it. It seems that the R34 didn't make it into the game. And that seems to be the case for a lot of games. If they have this model of the Nissan GTR, they usually do not include the R34. I think the only exception is Gran Turismo. That's because Gran Turismo basically includes everything, and especially if it's Nissan. Like the amount of Nissan cars that appear in Gran Turismo, you look at them and you think, but isn't this the same car as this other one? And yeah, a lot of times it is like that, but yeah. Just feels like such a step backwards aesthetically with the R34. And also not many games even feature the R33. They just don't bother with it. And again, Gran Turismo is one of the few that bothers with it. If you ask me, I will put the R34 in every game. Just put it everywhere. This guy is going a little bit too fast. That's an issue. So there was a shortcut there to the right of the tunnel, it didn't appear in the minimap. You know that every time that you go through a shortcut for the first time, it says like new shortcut discovered, but those shortcuts appear in the minimap. I wonder why some other ones do not. Don't do the hard steer left, it's not worth it. But these guys are still very close. There's only 1 kilometer remaining. Well, enough to win. Yeah, okay. I still have an issue with how sometimes I hit the traffic when I feel like I shouldn't be hitting it. It's whatever. I think that it's probably just the traffic hitbox being bigger than it looks, because when you're colliding with other cars, it seems very precise. Oh, we got the Pagani Sonda, alright. It seems like at this point all of the hyper cars are just gonna show up, which makes me wonder even how many are left, because these are usually in every Need for Speed game, they are end game content, right? So I wonder. Well, I could try giving the Viper another try. But if you disappoint me again, Mr. Viper, you're gonna get the bench permanently. So at least here you get a lot of weapons to do this. When you're gonna make me go against the Pagani Sonda, huh? I guess that's why you give me that many weapons. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's a bad presentation. That makes you look dumb starting the chase like that.
EMP activated, acquiring target lock. Suspect is out of range.
Did I really miss? Well, you ended up receiving more damage from me hitting you though. Not sure if I will call that a win. What do you have to say about this roadblock that you're about to eat? Okay, this moron is trying to... I think it's trying to turn around, but he's failing every time, and he got spike stripped. And your car might be end game content, but your brain certainly isn't. I mean, here it was mostly about the weapons, so I think it just was the weapons. He slowed down a lot of times, again, probably because he wanted to turn around, and that's what ended up killing him the most. Oh well. If you're a moron, it ain't my problem, but I appreciate it for making it easier. I don't really feel like... well, I guess I could use the Aston Martin. I don't think this is blue. Call me colorblind if you want, but I have the slight suspicion this color is not blue. I have no clue what the fuck Mako means, because it's called Mako blue. But yeah, I don't know why you call it blue. Let's see it more closely here. Well, it's night time, but I don't think anyone in their right mind will call that blue. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but whoever named this color might not be seeing colors properly. Alright, I guess that's blue. The more you know. Pretty nice blue, honestly. I don't think blue can confirm if it's blue. You know, one of these days I should add everyone that hasn't been here for a while, just to ask them how they are doing. Individually. Maybe not even add them, maybe you should send them a PM. It will basically be him, Riemann, well, especially Riemann. Riemann is a Russian, so if anything I have more of a reason to be worried about him. But I'm sure he's fine. I'm web deving again and I still hate CSS with every fiber of my being. Well, I don't think I can say much to make you like it, but I don't know. I feel like in my case, since most of the times the programming part tends to be the one that's boring, every time that I get to play around with CSS, I find it fun. Like just using the developer tools and change the attributes to see how it looks. I like doing that. And then when it looks the way I like it, it feels pretty satisfying. I mean, it also feels satisfying when I program something and I end up, you know, making it work, of course, but yeah. I think that it's more fun when you have a direct visual feedback over it, and well, that's what CSS does. Ah, fuck. I don't think I could have dodged that. Well, I randomly hit that guy, that's pretty good. And also, I ate shit.
Got a major wreck here. Code 3 emergency crews.
Why is it so awful to just put two boxes next to each other without everything else breaking?
Spike strip deployed.
Well, it depends on how the whole design architecture of your site is. Usually the way things are planned is through like well,
EMP activated, acquiring
I'm
target
not sure exactly what's the professional term that is used for people that use React, but essentially I think it's component, but basically you have like building blocks that are separate, but they all go together with the, you know, with the web page. And when that happens, usually you delegate different things to different components. So if a component looks good, then basically, you know, anything else that is not the component is not gonna be affected, nor it should affect the component in itself.
All units, we are reading a disruption to the
I mean, I do understand your pain in the sense that sometimes I'm like, dude, I just want to do one thing and I cannot believe that it takes me so long. But yeah, it's more of a thing that if you don't build a site with CSS in mind from the beginning and with a very clear approach on how you want the containers to look, it's gonna be a struggle later every time that you want to make a modification. I mean, in an ideal world, CSS is something that should only be used by a designer. Like, the programmer should never interact with CSS in an ideal world, of course. We are very far from that, but yeah. Ideally, no one that is like a full-blown professional when it comes to design. Like, anyone that is not that wouldn't be working on it. But in practice, the programmer does everything, like does the logic code of the front end, the back end, and yeah, also the visual shit. Oh, new series? But wait, what other thing do we have? Like, didn't we already unlock supercars? Is this gonna be hypercars or what? So some of the ones that this game considers supercars are hypercars. Oh, you call it exotic. Yeah, as if the previous Lambos were not exotic, right? We have the Gallardo, another Gallardo, of course. Oh, and I got an achievement for winning a hot pursuit with an Aston Martin. And the name of the achievement is a reference to James Bond, I think. I think that that's why it's an achievement. Because maybe James Bond in a movie used an Aston Martin. Makes sense considering that it's a British car. I really didn't watch James Bond movies, so I wouldn't know. Oh, you don't have a single weapon here. Like, you have to... Okay, take him down with what you... Oh, never mind, it's a... I'm stupid, it's simply a time trial. I knew from the start what the page is supposed to look like. No, but no. It's not about having in mind how it looks like. It's having in mind how you're gonna do the design through CSS. Like, basically knowing already that the whole page is gonna be a big container using a certain type of positioning, right? And then, like, inside of that already have the classes for each thing, like, you know, like You have a class for a specific section that has a specific amount of attributes, right? Like, that's why I'm saying that ideally no one that isn't a designer will touch CSS. But in practice you should have you know, people that handle the logic code also handle the design, and yeah, the result is that, you know, and I'm not trying to act like it's not a problem for me. Yeah, it's also a problem for me, but yeah, the point is that CSS wasn't really made to be handled by programmers. It was made to be handled by designers. It's basically, are the designers in the room with us right now? You know? That's the issue. Most of the times you don't have access to a designer, and if you have, they usually don't handle, like, well, that's also another problem. A lot of times the designers don't even know CSS. Like, they can probably draw you the icons and like basically give you like a preview of the site in like one of those sites that allow you to build shit with a UI and everything. Like a good example being Canva, right? Well, Canva, or no, I think it's not Canva, it's Figma. Figma is the name of the tool. Like, essentially you can build a UI simply by pressing buttons, and usually what designers do is build a UI there and then give that to the programmer and be like, okay, this shit that you see here, I want that. And it's basically your job to figure out the CSS to do that. Even though under normal conditions it will not be your job. But yeah, don't worry, it's not just you because you're working on yourself, by yourself on an independent page. It also happens to me working on a professional environment, like essentially handling shit that under optimal conditions I wouldn't have to. But it's fine. I think that at the end it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, in your case, since you're kinda starting out, I understand the frustration. But don't worry, it will... If you keep going with it, eventually you will know solutions for common problems and you will more or less understand how everything works. I'm gonna try to connect to Autolog again. Maybe someone destroyed the Electronic Arts servers. No, this time it actually logged in. Nice. It was about time. Hopefully you didn't make me lose any progress. That will be a problem. Nah, it's fine. We got it. It should be all fine. Here we have another Porsche race. Yeah, I'll still pick this one because I simply like the way it looks. It's a very pretty Porsche. I cannot really give you any advice to like get better at CSS. Like, it's basically the same advice that people that play also give you when you ask them how to get better. They tell you play more. Well, with CSS that's the only thing I can tell you. Play more, but instead of playing, it's like, I don't know, work more. I don't know. But yeah, other than trying to get used to common problems and getting used to what the solution for those common problems is, yeah, I don't think there's any other way to learn CSS. Or rather, there is. I mean, you could go in a course of CSS, right? Like, someone teaching you the basics and, more importantly, how to use common frameworks like Bootstrap, right? But aside from a more formal learning, yeah, there's not much else you can do. I did like 2 courses in the past, and I lost my mind at the CSS portion both times. Yeah, but that's the thing. The idea here is that you will do a course exclusively of CSS. And again, frameworks that CSS, you know, that you can normally use with CSS like Bootstrap. Like, I'm not telling you to do a course in web development and like a more general course, but rather a very specific CSS course. That will be the only way to get better at it without doing trial and error. Because, you know, especially if you do a Bootstrap course, like, they will start teaching you, well, you can use the container class to, you know, make something that is supposed to fit within the screen and even adaptable to mobile devices. And then you have the classes call that allow you to describe what's conceptually a column in the design and stuff like that, right? Like, all that stuff is useful as a formation and to, I guess, understand better what you can do without doing trial and error. But yeah, that is assuming that you really want to get into web development and essentially become a professional. And again, when I say web development here, I'm talking from a front-end perspective. Because, I mean, I'm also a web developer and I don't have any formal knowledge of CSS. All the knowledge that I have is purely practical. So in my case, the formal knowledge is on the programming part, but I'm still expected to do CSS. Or you could do what a lot of people are doing lately, which is just ask Claude or whatever assistant you have for, like, whatever AI assistant you can do for coding. In fact, I'm pretty sure that, I mean, at least anyone that doesn't absolutely hate AI, they are probably gonna recommend you that, well, use this this program that has Claude integrated, and, you know, tell it what you want to do and it will do it for you. Of course, you are not gonna learn. Oh, Claude was a Pebble character. Yeah, I obviously don't remember the names of the characters in that game, but yeah. No, I'm talking about a less reliable Claude. And look, I personally don't do it. Like, that's, I guess, my disclaimer. I don't use AI, and I hope I never get forced to use AI to code. But yeah, asking Rob to help me code, pretend. Yeah, I'm not sure about that prompt. I don't think that prompt will help you. But yeah. The lobster guy with a French accent. Well, I guess Claude is a French name, yeah. Makes sense. But yeah. I mean, I still maintain the same position about AI for coding that I maintained before. Like, I still think that AI is absolutely worthless for anyone that, you know, simply knows what they are doing, and I think I definitely know what I'm doing. But it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what my boss thinks, right? Like, what the people that make decisions think. If those people want me to use AI, or even worse, want to replace me with AI, there's not much I can do. Like, regardless of what I think, they could do it. And I can tell you right now that in the corporate world, AI is impulse so much. Like, people in my shop are trying to push AI so much. I mean, basically the formal emails that are sent by human resources have like AI drawings, you know? Like, essentially AI is being pushed for like quite a long time now in my company, that it really makes me fear that at some point they will just force me to use AI to code, or, as I say, just replace me with it. Even though obviously I think that it's a waste of time, because AI can never do what I do better. But hey, what I think doesn't matter, it's what they think. Human resources not using resources made by humans, exactly. And you know what's even worse? The like, supposedly one of the people that works in the design team, like, she fully like approves of that. Like, she doesn't mind, and she's supposed to be one that's been working on design for a lot of years. It's not like she's a new hire. She's been there for well, not sure if decades, but she's been there for at least, I think, 10 years, so that's a decade. And she's like, yeah, no problem, let's use AI, sure. So it's not just the people making decisions, but some other people also don't have any issue with AI. And I mean, when it comes to image generation, I personally also don't have an issue with AI. But yeah, when it comes to code generation, I don't have the issue because of like, oh, they are gonna replace me. I mean, yeah, I say that, but I mean in the sense that I don't believe it can seriously replace any human programmer. But the point is that it doesn't matter what I think, but what the people that make decisions think. So yeah, because there is a very big difference between a text-to-image generator and a large language model whose purpose is generating text, you know? I think that it's very different, and the image generation is of course something that still has flaws, but for the purpose of being an image, I guess it does serve that purpose. Yeah, you could say, well, this is lazy as shit, and whatever product that uses it, I'm not gonna trust it. Yeah, and I probably will agree with that, but I think that for personal use or for things that don't really matter that much, like, I don't know, an icon or something that represents like a secondary drawing attached to, in this case, an email, is like whatever, because it's not meant to be something that is meant to buy you over, right? Like, you are already part of the company. My problem is when it's used as a way to advertise something, because it's like you using AI does not speak good of you as a company if your idea is selling me your product. Not because of the moral issues, as I say, with the morality of AI, I usually don't really have that many issues, but it's rather the fact that you didn't even bother hiring someone, like putting effort into something that is supposed to attract me, right? So how do you want me to not think that you are just second hand? Because at that point it wouldn't be much different from just telling your son, hey, draw me a logo or something, and you will see that it's all doodles and shit, and you are like, am I supposed to, feel confidence from that? And well, you wouldn't. And the same, I think, it's with AI. With AI, it's not quite the same as giving doodles to like something to a kid to draw doodles, but it's still just as unprofessional, like it's not. And I've seen even TV programs that are like new reporting use AI generated videos as a transition between one new to the other, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you trying to achieve with that? Like, are you trying to make people look at that and think, oh, that looks pretty good? Because majority of people, myself included, won't think that. It's like, if anything, I'm just gonna think how much of a trend chaser, bitch, and lazy ass moron you are, right? Because it's not an informal environment. Like, you're supposed to be a news reporter, you're supposed to be professional. Though, if anything, image generation is the least of new reporting in my country. In my country, basically, journalism doesn't exist. You just have a propagandism. Like, there is not such a thing as journalism in my country. It's non-existent. So, I will say that the use of AI is the least of their problems, but it's still one thing that makes me look at it and be like, you're being so unprofessional, right? So yeah, I have a lot of opinions when it comes to the use of AI for that sort of thing. And in the case of coding, I just feel that it's, at least in a professional environment like the one I work in, and especially for clients that are banks, using AI is just irresponsible. Like, you're just trusting an autocomplete program with shit that should be handled by a human that thinks. And sure, the AI can get it right, but if it doesn't get it right, the risk is way too big to be worth half-assing it, right? Ah, fuck, I thought that was the path. And that's a problem, because the race is out to be over. At least it was a short race, but... I will save the nitro for the end, but I don't think I'm overtaking the first place here. We will see, might be wrong. Like, full speed. There you go, nice. What an ending. Holy shit. I think that was the first close call that I had on a finish line like that. And that asshole tried to block me as well. Like, I had to go even more to the left to overtake. That was pretty cool. That was a really, really good ending. Damn, 1,350,000 for that Aston Martin. Holy shit. I guess you need to be James Bond to afford it after all. But yeah. In any case, when it comes to AI, it's a very complex topic and very delicate as well. And even more so with how disastrous it is to the economy and the environment to make AI something that everyone can use just by entering to Google, right? Like every time you Google, an AI response is being generated, even when you don't want it to. So that is an extreme waste and for no good reason, really. There are so many things to consider. Because, for example, at least image generation, well, image generation, and I guess if your computer is powerful enough, you could do like you could have your own local run ChatGPT, right? But the thing is that image generation is a lot less taxing on power and on resources than something like ChatGPT is, right? So for example, if I wanted to, I could run image generation locally, and at that point the impact wouldn't be, like the environmental impact wouldn't be any different than, you know, playing a game that consumes a lot of processing power, right? And I'm essentially the only one paying that, because I'm paying it with the electricity I'm consuming and with the components I'm consuming. So at that point, the only moral issue I will see is if you try to share what you generate as something that you made and that you get a benefit from doing that. Which is what a lot of people in Patreon do, by the way. In Patreon you have so many AI artists that, you know, make some bucks by selling AI generated art. So I do think that is not very morally nice, because you're essentially earning money by copying artwork that you don't really have gotten the permission to copy. At that point though, it's a little bit blurry when it comes to the morality, because there are so many artists that also try to by hand emulate the style of a different artist. And I don't think there's anything morally wrong with that. But yeah. DeviantArt made that into a feature now. Like what, generating AI images? A lot of sites have done that. Like a lot of sites where the point is browsing images made by other people, give you the option to do your own AI-made images, often trained by the same images that are hosted in the site, obviously without the consent of the artist, because I mean they couldn't have possibly given the consent since AI wasn't a thing before, right? Or well, I mean this type of AI, right? So it's just one of those things that there are a lot of grays. Well, speaking of gray, in perfect timing, game good shit. Amazing timing on that, 10 out of 10. But yeah, there are a lot of grays indeed when it comes to the morality of it all. But I do ironically think that using the most morally right image, the most morally right AI usage is essentially like image generation for personal use done in your own computer. I think that that's the most morally right one, because you're consuming your own resources and you're also consuming the images yourself. Like you're not using them for a profit. You're using them in the same way that, I don't know, that I'm using this game. Not even that, because this one I'm streaming it, so I guess you could tell there is that benefit. But like, let's just say that when I play, I don't know, a Ketsui off a stream, right? Well, it's like that. Like, I'm just using that for my own personal amusement, not sharing it with anyone. And even if I share it with anyone like I did in the past, I should share it, like, first of all, clearly acknowledging that it's AI generated and not something that I made myself. And also the fact that I don't do it for money. I share it simply, you know, because I wanted to share it. I think that that's probably the most, like the least morally ambiguous thing to use AI for, and especially since it's probably one of the least resource consuming uses of AI there is. I put the two boxes side by side. Nice, congratulations. What type of position did you use? Did you use position relative? Because that's usually what you do. But I guess it depends on how the whole thing is set up. Because position relative is only useful if the whole thing is built in a way where having relative positioning will help. Eat shit. Or you flex it, well, yeah, that's another way to do it. Like the flex display also basically turns every element into a flex element, and in each one you can add flex properties to make it be like on the left side or in the middle, you know. Like, flex is extremely useful. The only problem that Flex used to have is that back when Internet Explorer was used, Flex wasn't supported by Internet Explorer. Thankfully, Internet Explorer has finally died, is finally no longer being officially supported, and even though, yes, there are some servers that still run applications exclusively through Internet Explorer, any, you know, application that is general purpose, none of them will seriously support Internet Explorer. So yeah, you can use Flex without issues. It's a widely supported feature. There are some specific, like very specific features related to Flex that are not supported by every browser equally. For the most part, it is widespread support, so yeah, that's great. You see, back then I remember when Internet Explorer was officially used by the bank that we have as a client in my company, like, you had to make anything CSS related with the fact that they use Internet Explorer in mind. So you had to, you know, for example, even something as simple as the includes function in JavaScript. That is a function that lets you know if a string or an array include an element in whatever you're evaluating, right? Well, that's something that didn't work in Internet Explorer, for example. So you couldn't use that. You had to use nice, good dodge. You had to use index of, which, like, it's okay, but it's a lot harder to read. Like, instead of being something like string includes this other string, which is easy to read, you had to do string index of this other string different than -1, right? Then I'm an outlaw. Well, you better catch me if I'm an outlaw. You won't. Alright. The point is that Internet Explorer is shit. You gotta be glad that it stopped being used. In reality, I mean, it's not like Internet Explorer is shit, it's that Microsoft is shit for stop supporting it. I mean, yeah, now they have Edge, but the point is that ideally they would have kept supporting Internet Explorer and they made it into a modern browser the same way that Firefox did it. Because not every browser is a Chromium fork. Like Firefox is its own thing. So ideally and especially like a multi-millionaire company like Microsoft will actually keep developing Internet Explorer and turn it into a modern browser, but no. They basically kept it unsupported for years and it basically, well, obviously compared to any other browser, it was a piece of shit. And yeah, thankfully they officially ended support of anything that could use Internet Explorer. Ideally, it would have been, instead of Edge existing, it will be Internet Explorer turn into that. I guess it was too much work. And we can all have that. Well, more than too much work is more like, well, too much work equals too much money. And that's what they didn't want, I guess. See what you have to think about that roadblock. But it seems that it hit multiple of them. But I think I couldn't deliver the final hit to any of them. That's a shame. Oh, them, all of them taking the shortcut again. I will deploy the heli. You ask for it. Go chopper. See, the problem here is that the helicopter is like a simple recon helicopter. This shit should have been an Apache. I just gun down these pieces of shit. Like, what is this? It's spike strips and shit. No, just bring an Apache with a Gatling gun and fuck them up. Why are we being so soft with these assholes? Just turn them into a Swiss cheese.
That's confirmed. Your roadblock is in position. All units, local EMPs are now authorized for use. Repeat, EMPs are
There isn't that much race remaining and I still have a lot of these guys to take down. New Ace combat mission. Well, being on a chopper. I actually wonder how it will be to play Ace Combat. Instead of using a fighter plane, you use an attack helicopter. In fact, I don't think that there are many games that feature attack helicopters as you know, the main vehicle. Well, yes, you have shoot 'em ups like Ketsui or Zero Gunner, but I mean, like, that's the same as if you will put anything there. I mean, an actual, you know, game where you are inside of a helicopter cabin the same way you are in Ace Combat, right? Battlefield? Yeah, but Battlefield has that as a side thing. I mean, it's valid, yes, but I mean, a game like Ace Combat where that's the focus, like you are an attack helicopter pilot and your mission is to destroy targets. That will be cool. I mean, there is something like, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that's the thing. you don't use attack helicopters there, you use like reporter helicopters or recon helicopters or even commercial flight helicopters. No, I mean a military one. Military one will be nice. Especially because the logic behind using a fighter helicopter and a fighter plane are very different. Like a helicopter mainly goes up and you need to tilt forward to go forward, right? While the fighter plane is, you know, it's like a rocket. But yeah. That reminds me that I should check if Ace Combat 6 is fully playable now on Xenia. Especially I should test it on Xenia Edge. Xenia Edge that has a lot of improvements over Xenia Canary. I should test if it works there and actually get back into the Ace Combat series because I still have a lot of games to play. Basically Ace Combat 6, the other PSP one, and well, obviously Ace Combat 7 too. Please let me know how it does, because I'm also still waiting for that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna try, because right now I'm quite busy with the Need for Speed series and my idea is to go until the very end with it. But yeah. Well, I could play Ace Combat 6 in the middle of 2 Need for Speed games, but I will probably prefer to play it after Need for Speed is done, which is still a long time from now. Ace Combat 8 is also releasing this year. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm most likely not gonna buy it on release, and especially not with how extremely expensive Bandai Namco games are. Like, Bandai Namco is so fucking expensive, you know? So I'm most likely not buying on release. But yeah, I mean, Ace Combat 7, I bought it like 3 years after release and I bought it so cheap. So with Ace Combat 8, I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I mean, I obviously like the Ace Combat series, but not to the point that I would want to play it immediately. If it was Ridge Racer 8, that would be a different story. And that's the funny thing. Ridge Racer, the next game would also be Ridge Racer 8, just like Ace Combat. So if it was Ridge Racer 8, no matter the price, I will buy it on release. There is no doubt about it. I would. Like, clearly I would. And my favorite racing franchise, I don't have to think it twice, and it could be the biggest piece of shit ever, like the game they release. I don't care, I'll still buy it on release. But yeah. With Ace Combat it's a little bit different, because despite me liking the franchise, it's not like I have a gigantic attachment to it. I mean, if anything, you know, in my case, the biggest attachment that I have with Ace Combat is Ace Combat 2. Like, to me, Ace Combat 2 is like... yeah. It's just those things to me. But it's mostly about that. I mean, I obviously don't dislike Ace Combat 4, 5, or 0, or Edge. Like, I like those games, but my main fanboyism with Ace Combat comes from Ace Combat 2. That game is really something else. But yeah. You know what will be really nice? Like a remaster of that game. Like, release the exact same game, but with super modern graphics. Problem is that nowadays, that will probably mean use AI upscaling. But no, like, I want... Well, obviously it wouldn't be that, because you can do that with an emulator already, but I will want, like, you know, if they use the same resources and the same graphic fidelity as the latest game in the series, well, at that point it will be a remake and not a remaster. That's the thing. Like, you cannot remaster a game that is that old and make it look like anything other than what you see on an emulator. So at that point it will have to be a straight up remake, and they don't have any reason to do that. So yeah, that ain't gonna happen, but it will be nice. I mean, it's one of those things that it's nice to dream, right? The same way that I dream about Ridge Racer 8 that is never gonna happen, well, I can dream about an Ace Combat 2 remake. Yeah, that's in a perfect world. The same perfect world that has designers work on CSS and not the programmer. Yeah. that exact same perfect world. That utopia that doesn't exist. No, you go forward, bitch. I'll show you how an EMP feels. That's an EMP. Hope you like it. Oh, I have 10 spikes? Holy shit, okay. I didn't realize I had that many.
Weapons disabled. You were on your own until we can get back online.
That was such a weak hit. Well, that should have hurt him. Notice that this is a relatively short race, considering that I have to take down 7 of these guys. It really feels... Ah, that's gonna hit me. Oh, it didn't. He was too far, I think. Well, that's good. I can keep deploying spike strips, because most of these guys are behind me. And since I have so many of them, might as well. Here, have another one. And that guy got busted because of it. So far we only have 1 bust. Let's do a roll. I actually have to start deploying everything, because the race is not that far from being over. I'm getting hit quite a lot here. I busted someone with that, but yeah, this is most likely not gonna go anywhere, because there are still 4 remaining and the race is very close to over. At least the spike strips are randomly hitting opponents, so that's good. Nice shammer. I got an achievement. Okay. For doing something with this Porsche, apparently.
Roadblock units deploying directly ahead of you. All units, local EMPs are authorized for use.
At least I dodged that, but... What the hell? Oh, okay, there it is. So that he somehow jumped out. Would have been funny. Alright, I only need 1 more and I get this. It's this asshole. Unfortunately, the guy with the most amount of health remaining. And this has to hit. It has to. No, he shammed. Alright. Doesn't matter. Nice. With almost only 1 kilometer remaining. Like, that was very close. Very, very close. Okay. It could have gone very badly. Wait, did something happen to the sound? No? Okay. It's like, I guess the sirens decided to stop working there. Alright, so what did I turn into now? Promoted into what? What is it? Sergeant? Okay, nice. That sounds nice. And an equipment upgrade as well. Level 3 spike strip.
Engineering the future of speed enforcement. Announcing the ultimate upgrade for your shredder technology. MDLS, the multiple device launching system.
It hits
Double
2
your
instead
stopping
of
power.
1.
Deploy 2 shredders at once.
At
Rolling out
least
across the SCPD today.
that should make it easier to catch someone, though. I gotta say that the spike strip on that mission worked flawlessly. Like, it did super well, so I cannot really complain. Alright, so here then we're starting to bring out the heavy hitters. These two cars are the same. The only difference is the skin. It's called Need for Speed Edition. Come on, bro. Hey, why do you have to separate cars for what's the same car? Hey, this game does that so much. Like, they are misleading on purpose so they can say that the game has 100 cars, but it's like saying that a Dragon Ball game has like 100 characters. Like, yeah, 50 of them are Goku variants. You have Super Saiyan Goku, normal Goku, Vegeta Saga Goku, Kid Goku. Yeah, you have like all those Goku, like, yeah, 50 characters, just like that. And the worst part is that I don't have a problem with that. I mean, essentially, one of my favorite games of all time is guilty of that. That being Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the PS2. You have so many Goku variants. Though I guess the transformations are considered to be the same character. It's just that internally the game considers them different. Well, not really. In some things that you can only select non-repeating characters, you cannot pick multiple transformations of the same character. That being said, even if you discard that, Goku still has 4 different character slots, which are essentially like Saiyan Saga Goku, Namek Saga Goku, and, well, the rest Goku. Oh no, actually it has 5. It has those 3, Kid Goku from the original Dragon Ball and Kid Goku from Dragon Ball GT. So yeah, actually 5 Gokus in Tenkaichi. Could be worse. Could be like in Dragon Ball Fighters, that I think that game has 6 different Goku. Like, it has Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, well, regular Goku without transformation, GT Goku, Goku Black, and what is the other one it has? Actually, it might have those 5. I think I might have it saturated. It's just that for some people, you know, Bardock is essentially another Goku, and that's Goku's father, I guess. You know, not exactly the same. Oh yeah, it actually has a 6th one. It's Ultra Instinct Goku. I forgot about that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters has 6 characters that are Goku. I guess in the case of Goku Black, it doesn't really count because it's technically another character. It's a different character with Goku's body. But, you know, it still has Goku in the name, and it looks like Goku, so yeah, might as well, you know. You know what they say, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, Well, even has the same voice actress, well, or actor, depending on if you are using the English or Japanese voices. Yeah, it's funny. I should play, like, I haven't played, well, no, I mean, I played Dragon Ball Fighters on stream, but I should play more Dragon Ball games on stream. I really love talking about Dragon Ball. I feel like every time that I start talking about Dragon Ball, I keep talking for a long time. Yeah, I really like it. I mean, I simply cannot help it. I'm Latino, you know. It's in my blood. It's just something that comes with being born here. I guess it's the only thing that, well, aside from obviously my Spanish accent, is I think the only thing that I culturally share with the majority of Latinos. Because everything else I probably don't. Dragon Ball is the one thing that I do.
This is a training exercise, but you will be evaluated as if this was a live situation.
At the same time, there are so many Dragon Ball games to play. A lot of them that are pretty shitty, and I probably will never play them, but a lot of others that are very good. Especially the PS2 games. I mean, that's more or less PS2 is when Dragon Ball games actually started getting good, because before PS2, some games were okay, but I guess the only okay thing they had is that they were Dragon Ball games, because as games themselves, if you remove the fact that they are Dragon Ball games, they might as well not exist. About the Locho Erasure? Well, yeah, I guess I also share that. That's true. Yeah, you're right. That's another cultural thing I share with most Latin Americans. You are correct. Hey, how is it going, Clonka? Yeah, that's true. Like, because that's one thing that it's exclusively Latin American. Like, there's not many things that are enjoyed by all Latin American countries almost equally, like El Chavo. Yeah, you're right. That's another thing. my bad, I forgot. Oh, also, speaking of forgetting, well, I already told you in Discord that the game I was talking about yesterday to you, Cloncat, that is the game that Camus is based on, is called Ray Force. Ray Gun doesn't exist. Like, that game I made it up, I guess, but you know, the game I was thinking of is Ray Force. And well, as you saw in that Discord message that I sent, there are like 3 of them. And the basic logic is that there are 2 layers, and the background layer gets shot by those like laser missiles thingies. I'm tapping out for the night. Good luck with the gaming things. Have a good night, Draynor, and well, good luck in your shop and well with your site as well, you know. Hey, have a good one. Little Clonka didn't care that DB shitty final bout was shit. Well, in my case, I guess back then there were also games. It's just that, you know, I'm a very proud person, right? Well, it's what comes with being narcissist, right? But I personally find it hard for me to find a game that I play as a kid that I would consider shit, assuming I like it. Because yeah, there were games I play as a kid that I thought they were shit back then, so obviously I will think they are shit now. But I feel like every game that I enjoyed as a kid, I cannot possibly call it shit. Like, I just cannot. Like, and I don't feel like I'm lying to myself either, or rather, maybe I'm subconsciously lying to myself, I don't know. Like, for example, there are games on the PS1 like Psy, which is a game about little devils like walking on dice. Well, that is a game that a lot of people will probably consider mediocre at best, but to me that game is fantastic. Well, not to mention it's so original. I still don't think I've seen any game that replicates what that game does. Like, it's an extremely unique game. So yeah, honestly, I think that I cannot go against myself of the past. Anything that myself of the past enjoyed, I also enjoy. You know? So in my case, though I want to remember, because regardless of what I think, I want to see if there are games that are generally considered to be shit that I like as a kid. But I think that the problem is that most games that I play as a kid that will be considered mediocre are so obscure that I don't think anyone gives a shit. Well, the one that I just mentioned, that one is a very obscure game, like no one knows Psy. Well, it's known as Devil's Dice in the USA, but it's a game nobody knows about, you know? A couple weirdos like me most likely played it back then, but it's a game that I cannot know what the general opinion is, because there's barely an opinion in the first place, you know? Such an obscure game. Wait, was that a hit? Yeah, that was a hit, but it didn't slow me down. Well, that was weird. Huh. Okay. Awkward, but sure, why not? Thankfully, at least in my case, if we're talking about exclusively Dragon Ball games, the ones that I play as a kid were the PS2 games. So in my case, I cannot say that the Dragon Ball games that I played were bad. I'm gonna get killed, am I not? Like, these guys are shooting EMPs like they are nothing, and the next one will kill. If I get hit by another EMP, I'm dead. At least if I keep shooting. Well, I have a lot of spike strips here, so if I keep hitting them with that, I should keep them a little bit far away. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'm not really in a position where I can take that extra damage, you know?
Turbo boost system online.
At least we have the turbo system. Wait, did I bust those two police officers? I think I did. Did I? I probably did.
Suspect has left the road, headed behind the hotels.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's just get to the finish line and we're done. Just like that. 30 seconds to spare. Well, technically 28 and a half, but yeah, same shit. Oh. Well, the spikes trivia, it's the same shit as the police one here.
tech.
I don't think you're gonna say additional stuff, right?
Technology. Announcing the ultimate upgrade for your shredder technology. MDLS, the multiple device launching system. Double your stopping power. Deploy 2 shredders at once.
It's the same thing. I don't even know why they have 2 cutscenes for each. I mean, I know that one is the... You know... the police campaign, and the other one is the race one. I guess this game is intended to be played like a whole campaign in one go and then the other campaign. But I mean, in my case, I prefer playing one and one for more variety, you know? But yeah, it's whatever. Oh, and also about that Ray 4 shoot 'em up I was talking about, Clone God. It's so fucking expensive on Steam, like that collection. And I think that that's because it's a game that was probably sold before the whole dollar change. So they don't have updated the prices. Like if you look at Steam recommended pricing, they don't use that. It's probably because it's an old price. So I'm basically, if I wanted to buy that, I will have to spend the same amount of money that an American would. And that feels a little bit too much for a game like that, right? Like for 3 arcade games that released more than 20 years ago, well, some of them more than 30 years ago, it seems a little bit exaggerated, honestly. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it. Even on sale, because I mean on sale it's like what, $20, dude? I wouldn't buy arcade games for fucking $20. You're out of your mind. I mean, arcade games that were released that long ago, you know? Like, what are you doing? Fucking greedy assholes. Though, most of the times, M2 ports tend to be that expensive. That's the thing, it's not always. Like, for example, the Castlevania ports, like the collections on Steam, have such good pricing, and they are developed by M2. I guess it's less about the developer and more about the publisher, which is pretty ironic because I mean the Castlevania games are published by Konami, and Konami is not precisely known for being consumer friendly, and yet the Castlevania collections have a very good... Well, they are very good by themselves, but also the pricing on Steam is very good. I mean, the fact that I own them all should say enough, right? Someone that is usually so greedy like I am, well, greedy, stingy, right? And yet I own all 3 of the collections, and I wouldn't be surprised if they release a Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night collection. I will get it too. Maybe not on release, but most likely we'll get it on sale. Well, just like I did with the other collections, of course. Fuck. So I swear that some of these collisions don't really count as collisions. What are you doing? That's not where you go. I had so much time to spare that it doesn't matter. Okay, That'll work well. So, you can shove your Mercedes up your ass. It's fine. A lot of time trials. Oh, well, at least we will be using the Koenigsegg. Sure. Though this is hardly a preview. Like, don't I actually own this car already? Like, what are you previewing here? Yeah, I do have it. It says it right there. I have more bounty than the one that is needed to unlock. So maybe this was one of those events that was available for a while and I never paid attention to it. Maybe. I have a feeling that at some point, like there always comes a point where there's only one event available, so I find it hard to believe that I never play this one if it's available for a long time. The point is that this is no preview. Well, it's fine. Here, hitting anything doesn't count as a penalty, so... At the same time, being a lower time than the ones that usually happen in these time trials makes me think that it's gonna be a problem. Because it's most likely gonna be a more picky time, perhaps. So thankfully that's not gonna cost me the gold. If that was a full-blown crash, it could have costed me the gold. But everything's fine. Okay. At least the good thing is that it seems that today there have been very little retries in general, so that means that well, I'm probably getting better. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just getting luckier. Then it should be fine. Okay, so we have quite a lot of weapons and 4 minutes, so I gotta assume this guy is gonna be a tank. It's a Corvette. These things were supposed to be very threatening when used by the police. See how threatening you are now that you're trying to run away. But I know it's that I won't be very threatening if I do that.
EMP activated, acquiring target lock.
Actually, I don't want you behind me, cause I don't have any spike strip here.
Roger that. Aerial pursuit unit engaging.
Like, any of the power-ups that I have are for when he's ahead of me. At least the roadblock was summoned. Hold up. Ah, man. Come on. He was visible there. Why did you make him respawn? Oh, you're there. Yeah. At that point there wasn't much you could do. Well, a little bit weird here, the full 4 minutes, because not only he takes a lot of damage, but he also gave me a lot of weapons to deal with this guy. Maybe they were very... Well, actually, see, here's the thing. In Hot Pursuit 2, the game that this one is mostly based on, some of the... Wait, new unit available? Fuck. I shouldn't have skipped that. New unit available is not the same as new, like, car unlock. Fuck. Well, whatever. It probably wasn't even that important anyways. But what I was about to say is that Hot Pursuit 2 had some chase events where you were supposed to take down a speeder, and they were close to impossible to it. Like, in fact, well, if you watch my playthrough, you will see that when I'm trying to do some of those, I get so absolutely salty. So of course me getting salty is not a weird thing, but like, you will see that the difficulty of those events is extremely high. And if you actually want to fully beat the event, like, you have to do some extremely, like, I don't know even what you have to do. It's like you have to do some like TAS levels of fuckery to be able to do it. Well, point is that they probably were afraid in this game of repeating that, so they made all the chases like extra easy. It could be. It might be the case even. I have no clue. I thought that was an opening. You see, that shortcut would have made the whole thing faster. This one seems like it's one of those relatively high time. Well, it's not really that high time compared to the previous one, but it seems like it will be pretty easy to beat. Most likely. If you're gonna take the shortcut like that, it's definitely not worth to take it. Oh, this one was called Bull Run. Interesting name. That's because the Lamborghini logo is a bull. The Bull Run is a concept that is used in stock trading. Like basically when a stock goes up like very fast or something like that. I mean, I'm not an expert at the subject, so don't take my word too seriously, but I'm pretty sure bull run means that, like when a stock starts rising in price like suddenly and it goes up by a lot. I think that's what it means. In 5 minutes here, really?
In pursuit of a yellow Lamborghini.
I'm not sure if this yellow Lamborghini really requires 5 fucking minutes, but hey, thanks for that, I guess. If there's gonna be a lot of off-road chase, I guess it would. I guess it's one of those guys that is very playful. You will see him constantly take alternate paths, like trying to do, yeah. Like he's probably gonna turn around in one of these. Yeah, so that's most likely the reason for that. It's one of those cheeky guys. In fact, having those 3 spikes is probably gonna be worthless, because he most likely will never be behind me, or at least not behind me while trying to chase me. Right? So I guess the 5 minutes makes sense. Are you simply gonna keep going around the same place or what? No, he's getting creative, I gotta say. The problem is that the power-ups here are kinda useless. Like both the roadblock and the helicopter.
All units, weapon systems are down. Rerouting
Damn it.
communications.
If I had responded faster to that, I probably could have stopped him right there.
Spikes on the road. All units proceed with caution.
Oh, that spike strip was shot by you. Well, you kinda suck at doing that.
Ahead of you.
Should probably reconsider. Okay, he got hit by that. That should have dealt a shit ton of damage. And it didn't do shit! Really?
Down. All units, we are being
Wait, how-
jammed. Eyes on target.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there you are. Yeah. If you do sideways, you're not gonna stop him. No, there. That's it, that's a bust. Nice. I guess that's something that, like these guys that try to run away, like the AI a lot of times will run into walls, and it's a matter of stopping them like that. Pretty much. Okay. And I got the McLaren. Weird that I got this one so late when in there. Well, or maybe it's another model. Yeah, it's another model, surely. It's fine. I mean, I have so many to use here, actually. Yeah, we could use the Ford GT, I guess. Why not? That's a lot of pretty cool colors, even. I think I remember having a...
Between 2005 and 2006. Take inspiration from the...
Had the Dodge Viper with one of those colors, like a little toy car that was blue with white stripes. I think that's the one I had. But it wasn't a Ford GT, it was a Dodge Viper, but it was basically the same pattern, you know? Nice start, well done. That's what happens when you take too long to decide to go for something and you end up hitting the middle like a moron. Yeah, that's indeed what happens. It's fine. This is gonna be a long ass race. If it started at more than 25 kilometers, it will be. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be a hot pursuit. Well, it's still gonna be long, but at least it's gonna be a little bit more interesting. How about you test this little gift? Oh, didn't even hit the one I wanted to hit. But it's fine.
Spy strip online.
Okay, so I think that some of the cars that are parked that spawn ahead of you are cars that were already chasing you and they simply get respawn in front of you for reasons, I guess. And it's a little bit weird because at that point it's like, why not just summon a new one? Because by making a car that is clearly behind you appear in front is a little bit, you know, a little bit weird. Not to mention that it also makes it easier for you, because being the same guy, he's also gonna have the same amount of health and you're gonna be able to take him down faster. Well, speaking of takedowns, I didn't even feel like I didn't even mean to take that guy down, but kinda just got in my way and it happened. That police officer is almost down as well. Oh, we have two more. Wait, that counted as a takedown for the police officer, really? I thought that you couldn't take down police officers. That it was only reserved for other racers, but no. That guy got hit so hard that it actually was a takedown. Okay, I got that guy's ass. I think he got hit by the two spike strips. Didn't even know that a single guy could hit by the same two. Well, we got rid of both of the cops here. These other guys have me to thank for not having any cops bothering us. They are not very thankful. They still don't let you win for free. Ah, shit.
Suspect is headed off road.
Another officer there. If you go full speed, you... Oh, actually, the guy that appeared as takedown wasn't a cop. It was that Pagani son that is in first place that looks like a cop, but it isn't. Okay, well, never mind then. Cops still don't count as takedown. Yeah, you will keep taking damage. Shouldn't have bothered me, Mr. Cop. And another one. They really want to have at least one cop following you, huh? Guess they didn't take it very lightly that I kept busting their asses, and now they are sending multiple. So at least HP wise I'm doing well. Like I am halfway there, even though the race is almost over. The problem is that I still have some of these guys very close, so I could still lose the race despite not dying, right? Get takedown. I guess that's a way to... I still have to deal with that son, or no, I could do that. The race being so close to be over, here I need to get distance from them no matter what, and I gotta be careful with that chopper, because that asshole will do the same thing that happened in that other event. He won't though. I win. Nice. And that was more than 6 minutes. Almost 6 minutes and a half. But I ended up winning. Alright. So I think that we're gonna do one more event that obviously is gonna be a cop event, and then we're gonna be done for today. At least we finished with a hot pursuit, so at least it will be a nice ending. Well, not to mention that here you're starting to use, I think, what are considered the exotic cars. So these two, even though this one is not called Agera, it's still an Agera. It just has another name, but it's essentially the same base model. I'm obviously picking this one because, I mean, look how fancy it looks. Like with gold and shit and everything, it's a very nice design. Alright. So I need to bust 7 here. This might take a while, so it certainly has to be the final event of the day. At least it starts with 23 kilometers, so should be enough time, but yeah, anything that is 7 is still gonna be hard, you know. Why did you break there? God damn it.
Spike strip deployed. Suspect has missed
What?
the spike strip. Suspect has missed the spike strip. Better luck next time. Over.
Did I hit my own spike strip somehow there?
Made contact. He has sustained some damage.
That could probably be a restart. It's not like I take that much damage, and well, I guess the problem is the fact that I wasted one spike strip.
Spike strip deployed. We are showing
Well,
spike strip
2 now,
located.
and I got hit by an
Suspect has
EMP.
evaded the spike strip.
Yeah, that probably should be a restart, but I'll keep going. It's a bad idea, but I don't care. How did you not get hit by that? You were right behind me. Unbelievable. That was not enough.
Spike strips. I repeat, spike strips.
Wait, that EMP is gonna kill me. Well, it missed, so it won't, but... With how much damage I received from the first EMP... Dude, these guys keep reducing speed at the perfect time. Sacks of shit. And every spike strip I fire, miss. Somehow. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I somehow did.
Activated, acquiring target lock.
quite crazy. And that guy is dead. That guy is also dead. It seems that I can summon a lot of helicopters and roadblocks, but
EMPs are authorized for use.
right now my health is not doing very good, and the fact that these guys could keep firing EMPs at any time, that's not good either. Ah, that miss, really?
Target, all units, continue pursuit, over.
Nice. Wait, there's only 2 more remaining? No, 3. Okay, no, now there is only 2 more. Alright. So I need, since I have no spike strips, I need you guys to... That's bad. Oh, that's very bad, yeah. Yeah, that is a problem indeed. Wait, one more hit and it's gonna be a problem. I mean, they are also pretty much 1 hit away, though. Fortunately, that's not enough for that guy. I can't believe it, dude. Okay, I'm still alive somehow, at least. But, like, the helicopter was stationed in a place that was not where the spike strip was. Like, I got completely bamboozled. Whew, okay. So despite that roadblock, they didn't die somehow. Like, neither of them. And I only have 1 EMP remaining. So one of them I will have to take them down on my own, but... Like, right now, yeah, with no health, any hit will be enough to kill me. They could also use, like, if I use an EMP here, they could easily use a shammer. Oh, that's bad. Please don't hit them. Okay. I somehow didn't hit them, I guess because of cutscene iframes, but... Yeah. I need the chopper to not cut me now, and especially when my opponent is 1 hit away. Fuck, okay, that shortcut is not that good, but the problem is that, yeah, the chopper... Okay. No, I will have to take him down myself. There's no other... Oh! Wait, the asshole crash. This is a bad position. You already know that I cannot stop him from the front. Like, that's gonna end up killing me. Okay, nice. Whew. That was intense. I mean, that's the second hot pursuit that I end up winning with no health remaining. I'm not sure how I managed it, but I'm glad. Yeah. And I think that with that we can be done for today. Considering that I didn't, or at least I think I didn't have as many restarts as yesterday, I want to believe that the pace was better today. We will check. Maybe it wasn't. No, it was. I completed 17 events, so that's pretty cool. And basically, with the amount of COPS events remaining, which are 11, I should be able to beat the COPS event tomorrow. So it will be a little bit awkward to finish the COP events and then just doing the racer ones, but yeah, I guess it's what it will happen. But in any case, that will be it for me for today. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one and take care.